say they're ready, but then because it takes a while, they actually are below the table, and then suddenly I start the game. It's like, freaking Rotterdam.
Carmac's ready, Nani's ready, Strelok says go, so we're ready for game number 2. Countdown has begun. Zell Naga Caverns, Protoss versus Terran, Rotterdam. I'm so excited.
Naniwa down 1-0 against Strelok. Not many people would have called that.
I would not have called that at all, especially on Shaq.
But that's, once again, we already said it before, I really feel any of these 8 players can win the tournament. We're going to be right back, small break, and then we'll jump right into game 2, Zell Naga Caverns, Naniwa Strelok.
Okay, guys, we are back once again. Bottom left-hand corner of the screen, our blue post. Oh my gosh, Rotterdam, I can't talk. Blue Protoss player is Naniwa. Of course, his opponent will be Strelok, who's up 1-0, and he's up in the top right-hand corner of the screen as the red Terran player. Strelok playing so well on Shakur's Plateau, blowing me away with his drop play, his multi-prong harass, and just being everywhere at once, being everywhere that Naniwa was not.
Alright, we do see that supply poke going straight away down near the ramp. That doesn't necessarily suggest a wall of those. Sometimes they build their first depot there and then they start scouting with it and still build the racks a little bit closer to the main. So we're going to figure that out. I would be surprised if Strelok goes for a no-gas fast expand build on Zell Naga. That's no, that's not very typical. It's not very common, but we'll see, we'll see. Very curious how Naniwa is going to play. I mean, how we mentioned that a one-gate expand, certainly when you know that your opponent is going for a no-gas fast expand build on Shakuras, is very valid. I feel the one-gate expand builds, they often get punished on this map. I'm not saying that it's impossible or that you can't hold any pressure, because you can. Certainly a player like Naniwa can always hold, but it's going to get damn tough. And here we actually do see Strelok not going for that wall off, so bam, I called it.
Nailed it. Yeah, of course, the reason it's so hard to get a safe fast expand here is because that natural is so wide open. There's so much surface area that you have to defend. You can literally get attacked from, like,
almost 360 degrees.
Seriously, like literally, there's only one little corner that units can't come from. So very, very difficult to defend a fast expand. There are a lot of players opting to get a few more units out, a couple bunkers down, maybe, or in the case of Protoss, getting a few sentries out so they got that force field. So yeah, I'm also very eager to see what these guys opt for. The gas already down for Strelok, just a single gas. So like you said, maybe a tech lab opening into 1 or 2 more racks, or maybe even a 1 racks expand off of that first tech lab.
Ooh, this probe's taking way too much damage though. That's quite uncharacteristic as well, because that's not really Naniwa's style. Of course, you in general don't want your probe to get below their shields, but yeah, I expect 1 Marine into tech lab.
Wait a second, Strelok threw down a second depot there at the ramp, and Naniwa saw that, and then as soon as he got out of sight, he canceled the depot, threw down another rack. So we're actually going to see a little bit of I mean, a 2 racks isn't necessarily an aggressive opening, but I have to feel like Strelok's gearing himself up to do something a little bit aggressive here.
Yeah, this build is getting quite popular. I like to call it the Braddock build, even though probably a lot of Terrans have been doing it at the same moment. But Braddock is one of the first Terrans I've really seen do it for a while, and the Muslim often refer to it as the Braddock build as well. It's 1 reactor and 1 tech lab, where you go for not necessarily a stim push. Sometimes you even get concussive shells, just let's say 1-2 Marauders, and then with 6, 7, 8 Marines. If the Protoss is going for a greedy expand, you can do some serious pressure on him. And meanwhile, you will often follow this build up with a command center in your own base.
Yeah, and Naniwa right now, he's got a little bit of extra money, and he's not throwing down any extra gateways. He wouldn't possibly be expanding off of just 1 gate, would he?
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, it's something that is quite common, but as I said, it's not as easy to hold aggression builds on this map as it is on Shakura's Plateau, for instance.
He's going to expand off of just 1 gateway.
Yeah,
that makes me a little bit nervous given what we're seeing here at Strelok.
Yeah, I mean, but once again, this is not something that Naniwa should be very unfamiliar with. I'm sure that Naniwa faced this countless of times, and it's going to come down to the moment like where the next is probably completed. It's going to lose a little bit of shields. Nani's going to save every second that he can, and then he's going to warp in 1 or 2 more additional units, pull a couple of probes, and then try to fight off the bio. This is how it can go. It can also go the other way, like we've seen previously with Nada against Elfie, just to name a random game example, where he actually forced the Protoss to cancel his expand if the push comes a bit quicker, and then it's going to get a tough story for Protoss, because then your tech is extremely delayed.
Strelok looks like he's hitting a little bit of a supply block here. Started that last depot a little late, so he's not going to have units for a little while. This is never a good thing when you're going for a timing push like this. You want to get everything out that you can in the amount of time that you're given. So he's sitting on a supply block for just a little while. He's probably kicking himself a little bit. That third Marauder going to basically not pop out before he moves out.
So Strelok moving out right now, even pulling wide a few SCVs.
Wow, so has Strelok scouted? He must have scouted the expansion.
He did not. He did not scout the expansion.
He's just saying, I hope you expanded.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what he says. And this actually makes it really tough for Naniwa, because this forces Nani to pull even way more probes than he wants to. And then it's of course the question, how many probes are going to fall? Not a single Zealot yet on the field, and that's interesting. I think Nani is going to absorb a lot of damage on this Nexus, then wait for the Zealots, then go for it with probes at all. But this is going to get damn tough.
This is actually a terrifying push here. Just a few units out for Naniwa. Bunkers going down. Oh my god, that could change everything. All the probes for Naniwa coming off the line. Marines are now engaging. Stalkers and Sentries taking some good damage. Oh, nice force fields. The probes are going to do a lot of damage here, but wow, the economy of Naniwa getting absolutely ravaged.
That is true, but nevertheless, he's killing so many units. We still have a couple of Marines left, but these Stalkers will clear it up. Excellent force feed by Nani.
Wow.
Extremely well played. These Marines are definitely going to fall, and what I think what Nani is going to do, he's going to just run all the way up, perhaps even go for an offensive pylon, and he's going to try to lock down Strelok in his own base.
That was such an... Rotterdam, I'm almost without words. I did not think he would hold there just with two gateways and some really, really nice force fields. The force fields really making the difference there.
And Guardian Shield, of course, extremely effective in the early stage of the game. I really hope Nani keeps moving. There we go. He needs to keep moving. He needs to get this lockdown down. He needs to be able to lock Strelok up in his own base, make it hard for him to engage. He did not even see the... Okay, now we do see Strelok's command set is completed though, but he's lifting up straight away, realizing that right now he's not going to be able to defend it. Nani can always throw down that force field, and this is excellent play by Nani. This was the only possible right way to answer, and he's doing it. And yeah, once again, Nani is such an awesome player.
Yeah, getting a free depot. This is why a wall-in is sometimes a questionable choice.
Sentries.
Oh no, more great force fields.
But no, I'm not sure. Well, okay, well, nice. That's a nice force field. Good micro so far by Nani, but he's having only 3 Stalkers fighting right now, losing 1 Stalker. Nani has to back off right now. I don't think he had to do this. I really don't think he had to do it, because right now I think Strelok can walk down. Ooh, Strelok losing that depot. That's a little sloppy. Yeah, a little bit of slop there. Not wanting to pull SCVs off the line, but he's already lost so many SCVs. Look at the worker difference right now. 17 SCVs to 34 probes, man. Strelok. Oh, look at that. Even the proxy pylon going down for Naniwa. So he's going to continue to pile on this pressure here. I don't know what Strelok can really do. He's got a respectable army there, even picking off the Observer, which is nice. Yep. A respectable army, but the economy of Naniwa is just fantastic right now. It's really booming. Excellent job so far by Nani. Instantly went into Chrono Boost mode on the Nexuses, and you can see that it's paying off straight away. Forced to wipe in a new Observer, but I could only say Nani, don't stop at 1 Observer this time, man. Go for 2 or 3. I mean, it's really a minor investment. Of course, it's always the gas that you have to think about, but when you have that fast expand, then 75 gas is not the end of the world anymore, and it's more and more than worth it. And yeah, this is just what makes good Protoss plays. You know, guys like Soccer who have map vision all the time. Yeah. Even though they play so risky, and I wonder, like Soccer, how do you pull things off? And it's just because they have observers everywhere. They know what to expect. And Naniwa is obviously even on that level, if not a lot better. So he should do that too. Oh, look at this. Strelok saying, I know that I'm behind. I know I'm not going to win a macro game. He's pulling all of his SCVs, and he's just going to go for it here. And look at this, catching a few units of Naniwa out in the open. Some good force fields going down. He does save that 1 Stalker. Oh, the observer did not see it yet. Now he sees all of the... did he actually see all of the SCVs? Yeah, I can only assume that he actually did see those SCVs after all. So Strelok right now just mining from 2 mules. That's it. Nani's going to have to warp in a ton of Zealots. That's the only thing that I assume that he's going to do. 5 Zealots right now. Chrono boosting on his gates. We have 6 gates though. Such good force fields. Naniwa just buying himself so much time. He says, just give me one more warp in. One more warp in. One more. I'm trying to think of a world in which Naniwa doesn't win this fight. There's the stim and the engagement. Great force fields once again. All the SCVs immediately melt. Naniwa looking so strong here, Rotterdam. Yeah, Guardian Shield being extremely effective. Once again, Stimpak was activated, but still so many Stalkers alive, so many Sentries alive, and the DPS output of Strelok right now is dwindling. We don't have that many units anymore. The Marine count is almost non-existent. We have 2 Marauders left. Naniwa defense, superb, and wins the game. Well played. Very well played there by Naniwa. So impressive. I gotta say, I like Strelok's choice to throw an aggressive build out there when he's up a set, but Naniwa not even batting an eye, man. He's like cheese-proof, man. You can't cheese that guy. He's too good. And this is what I meant, you know, he's just going to save enough time to barely keep the Nexus alive. He was putting himself in the corner. Getting those 2 additional Zealots helped out so much. And yeah, sure, he lost a bunch of probes, but Naniwa knows, okay, I have that expands so much faster than he does. Right. I can always Chrono Boost, and this was the exact answer. I don't think that Strelok predicted he was going to lose that many units. I mean, he expected,
right.
I'm perhaps going to force a cancel on the Nexus, I'm going to kill a couple of pros, perhaps stock here or there, but I'm not going to lose everything. I'm not going to lose so many units that I won't be able to protect my natural anymore.
I mean, I was just as surprised as Strelok there. I really expected the Nexus to go down, and instead it really didn't take any damage at all. Naniwa just perfect control there. Yeah. I can't stress, you know, I off-race as Protoss on occasion, and I'm always like, my force fields are all overlapping and it just looks terrible, and I always die to pushes like that. Naniwa just patient and just sitting back, being calm, and just nailed 2 great force fields, cut off half that army, used the bunker against Strelok. It's like, you make bunker, I make wall with force field.
Exactly.
It was killer.
No, it was awesome, really, and yeah. Watching Naniwa is always a pleasure, if you ask me. It's It's so nice to watch Naniwa. It's so nice that he's here at this so far awesome tournament. I really once again want to say how awesome everything here is. And of course, it always sounds a little bit tricky coming from one of the commentators. They're like, yeah, you probably paid to say that. No, it's really awesome, guys.
Oh man, the venue. I'm blown away by the venue. This huge theater. Every seat is full. So I mean, huge thanks to, of course, our sponsors, Razer, NVIDIA, and Intel for putting on this event. Killer tournament. $10,000 up for first place, and even the last place guy is going to walk out of here with $1,000. So that's always awesome when the players get paid